Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone has their VMath books with them. Our goal today is to be able to interpret a dot plot. This is not one of the plots or graphs we've used before. Sometimes it's also called a line plot. It's very straightforward and very simple. What do you think a dot plot uses? Dots. You've got it. This is just one more way to organize data so that we can interpret it in our own way. Go ahead and open your books, please, to page 35. All right, now that you're on page 35 in your book, you should see a grouping of data over to the left and a frequency chart to the right. We've used a frequency chart earlier in this chapter. We're going to use one more time and try to organize this data. Our book has already done the ones and the zeros for us, but let's go take a look. According to our book, we should have two tallies in the zero column. There's one here and one here. I'll cross them out for us. We should have four tallies in the one column. Let's check our ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. I agree. I see 4 ones. Let's see how many twos we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oop, I missed one. 6. We should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 twos. Let's check our threes. It looks like we've got 1, 2. So 2 tallies and the number 2 for the actual frequency. See how many 4s we have. I'm looking. I don't see any at all. So I'm not going to put any tallies, no markings in my tally column, but put a big old 0 in the frequencies section. And then for the 5s, I see just 1. So 1 tally mark in the tally column and the number 1 in the frequency chart. So what this does for us is instead of having to search through this mess of data, it has organized it for us from least to greatest and how often it happens. But there's other ways to do this. Recently, we've looked at stem and leaf plots, and that was a different but also easy way to organize data. And today we're going to get into the dot plot. So we're still on page 35, looking at numbers 2, 3, and 4. Over here is a dot plot. It's made up of a number line with the different categories 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and a bunch of dots. It almost reminds me of that game Connect 4. So each one of these dots represents a person. Each one of these dots represents a student who received that number of servings of fruit. All right? So each dot in the dot plot is a tally in the frequency table. That's the relationship there. Each dot represents one student who received a certain number of servings of fruit. So let's take a look. There was one student who ate exactly blank servings of fruit. One student and one student only who got that number of servings of fruit. So as I look around, I see that there were 2 students who had 0 servings of fruit. That's no good. There were 1, 2, 3, 4 students who got 1 serving of fruit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 students who got 2 servings of fruit. 1, 2 students who got 3 servings of fruit. Nobody got 4 servings, and just 1 kid who got 5 servings of fruit. So our answer there is there was exactly 1 student who ate exactly 5 servings of fruit. Let's look at part B of number 3. The number of servings of fruit eaten by the most students. We should be able to do this without counting. The number of servings of fruit eaten by the most students should have the most dots in it. If it has the most dots, it should be the tallest column. So even very quickly, without even counting, we should see that the most number of servings eaten was 2. Most kids ate 2 servings of fruit. What we're going to do in part 4 here is put our data in order from least to greatest. We've learned that with most of our data, this is kind of an annoying step. But what's nice about our dot plot is it actually has it all in order for us. How many zeros should I write? I agree, I should write 2. So 1, 2 zeros. How many ones should I write? Well, there's 4 ones in my dot plot, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I should be writing all of the ones down. How many 2s should I write? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2s. I've got 2 3s, and I have no 4s and just one lonely 5. So now my data, all of it, all of my separate points are in order from least to greatest. And if you notice, this does match the frequencies we had in our frequency chart. But now that everything's in order from least to greatest, it's very, very simple to find our median and our mode. We always need our data in order to find our median. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to cross off the outside numbers as I work our way in. So 0 and 5, 0 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 2 and 2. What's my median? 2. I'm going to get rid of all of these slash out marks. You don't have to do that. I'm just going to do it so it's easier for us to see. Okay, so our median is 2, and our mode should be very easy to see. We've talked about it already. Which one was the highest amount? It was 2. So both the median and the mode for this data set is 2. Now let's take a look at the complete the concept box on the bottom of page 35. Look at the data showing the number of computers in homes. The data will be used to complete the unfinished dot plot titled Number of Computers in Homes. Each piece of data needs to be represented by a single dot in the dot plot. So again, each dot will represent one home. The least number of computers we have is 0. So let's take how many dots go above the 0? Well, I've got 1, 2 zeros, so I need 1, 2 dots above the 0 on the dot plot. How many dots go above the 1? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So I need 5 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice because more homes have 1 computer than have 0 computers, that column is higher. Let's look at how many dots go above the 2. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 2s. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. Then lastly, I have 1, 3. So I need 1 dot above the 3 on the dot plot. So how many homes are there that have 2 computers? Let's look at 2 on the dot plot number line and notice there are 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. So 4 homes have 2 computers because each dot represents 1 home. Go ahead and turn the page to page 36. We're going to use the dot plot to answer these questions. Firstly, we should always take a look at our dot plot and look at what we're dealing with. Our title is Ages of Pony Club Members. So along our horizontal axis here, along our number line, we've got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Let's think about what those numbers represent. If our title is Ages of Pony Club Members, those numbers are our ages, and each dot represents 1 member. So how many Pony Club members are 11 years old? Take 10 seconds and answer that yourself. Let's see. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots above the 11, which means there are 5 members that are 11 years old. How many Pony Club members are at least 12 years old? Now we have to be very careful here because of these two words, at least. Let's think about what it means to be at least 12. That means you can be 12 or older. So we need to include the 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, and 15-year-olds. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 club members that are at least 12 years old. Next, we're going to look at how many Pony Club members are younger than 11. Again, we need to be careful here. It says younger than 11. If you're younger than 11, does it include being 11? No. So I only want to include the numbers that are smaller than 11. Those are your 10-year-olds and your 9-year-olds. I only have 1, 2 of them, so 2 members are younger than 11 years old. How many Pony Club members are there? Is there any stipulation to those numbers? No, it doesn't matter how old they are. Our question is asking us for members total. Go ahead and take a second and count up all of the dots you have. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I have 18 members total in the Pony Club. Next, it's asking us for the median age of the members in the Pony Club. What do we always need to do when looking to find the median of any data set? That's right, we need to put the data in order. So remember, it's really nice for us if we follow along with our dots, our data is in order for us already. I've got 1, 9, 1, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 11s, 1, 2, 3, 4 12s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 13s, and 1 15. So now my data is in order from least to greatest. I'm going to use a red pen to cross out as I go. So 9, red, 9 and 15, 10 and 13, 11 and 13, 11 and 13, 11 and 13 again, another side of 11 and 13, 11 and 13, 12 and 12, 12 and 12. Well, these two are in the middle, 12 and 12. I can technically add them together and get 24 and divide by 2 to find the mean of those two, but we should also be able to think about this. What's the middle of 12 and 12? Just 12. And now one last question down here at the bottom. What is the mode? We should be able to tell our mode by looking at our dot plot. Which one's the tallest? Really easy to see. It's 13. So the median number of, the mean age group of our members is 12. That's our median, but our mode, the most popular age group for the Pony Club members, is 13.